Okay, welcome back. I'm once again Captain. Welcome back to something new that I've come up with here. This basically, I've been playing a lot of games recently that are very, very, very cheap, and so I've decided to show a few of them off. And if anybody's interested in getting them, that's obviously down to you. And the music has decided to turn itself off. Okay, this is Metal Fatigue, as you can probably see. This is a very old game made by Zignosis. It is available on GOG for less than £5 at the moment. It's a real-time strategy game. I'm not going to spoil too much for you, but to show you a little bit, we have 3 crews to go with: Rimtech, Milagro and Europa. And basically the whole thing is about big walkie robots, combos. So I'm going to start with let's start with Stefan here.
The second Nexus subject is stuck.
I'm just going to skip all of this because I don't want to spoil the story for anyone who wants to watch it now. So this is your interface, quite basic. So now the first thing we're going to want is going to be Parts Factory. Let's get out and running. Always do that. Parts Factory, go. Okay, now this is a bit different to a lot of games like this, in that the first thing you may have noticed is this button here. You have 3 combat zones: sky, the land, and underneath you can build elevators to go underground and use mining cars basically to dig around and build what you need. The only income source you have is energy, which you can harvest from this lava here, or if you happen to have enough in the area, you can build. You get asteroids up here. Obviously you can't see very well at the moment because there aren't none, but you can build like solar power plants. Any lava that you find underneath is obviously under the ground is more powerful. You get more of it for a smaller area. And these are your basic units: tanks, rocket launchers. Okay, now each of the 3 groups, so you got 3 corpo nations as they're called. We'll see where that's going. But each one has its own abilities and things that it starts off with. For example, Rimtech are jack of all trades. They have some pretty good energy stuff, some pretty good kinetic stuff. 2 types of weapons: energy weapons and kinetic weapons. So, for example, kinetic weapons would be things like guns, whereas energy would be laser rifles. Kinetic would be swords and hammers. Energy would be like laser blades, things like that. Rimtech have a good mixture of both. Milagro are very much smashy, 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 and Europa are
build completed.
Very much energy based. Let's get an assembly plant up. And this here is Stefan, right? Is it? Yeah, this is Stefan. Basically, this is a combat crew.
Build completed.
Here we have. Let's manage up. I'm not sure what my mission objective is on this one. Let's have a look. Vanquish enemy forces. Stefan must survive. So I've got to keep him alive. The only other thing that you have, the only other resource is manpower. The more buildings you have, the more vehicles you have, the more combat crews you use. Going to use up manpower. So at the moment I've got 9 additional manpower, which is not a lot. Sorry, I am kicking stuff here. Come on, there we go. Right, let's get another cryo farm up.
Energy is low.
I know my energy is low, but I'm still making a little bit, so I'm not too worried. There we go. And obviously the lower the energy, the slower things build. Like this hover truck is taking a while to come out. Yeah, each one as well. Like for example, yeah, this is a Milagro tank. The new open tanks float, and the Rimtech tanks are smaller and lighter. So these guys, like I said, are very much the heavy, smashy, smashy type. Each corporation has its own little backstory that they'll tell you about as it goes through. And yeah, it's an RTS game. What more do you want me to tell you?
Vehicle complete.
Yeah. While I'm doing this, I'm going to apologise for the lack of StarCraft at the moment. I've had a bit of a rough week. Few family issues, bits and pieces, so I really haven't been in the headspace to play anything competitive. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, so I figured I'd throw this in now. I thought it'd be the best time. So, but this is it to all intents and purposes. You can speed it up, you can slow it down, but the best bit is when you get this.
Vehicle complete.
Now each combat that you build, which is the big walkie robot things I mentioned, each one is customizable. So, build 5 more then. For example, I build basic torso, basic legs. I could build 1 basic hand and 1 axe, and if I want the basic hand, it basically does nothing. Well, that's not true. It adds a little bit, but this obviously is a lot better, but it costs a lot more. But what you can also do, which I like, is, especially later on when you get the research lab, is if, for example, I hack the limb off another combat, which is a thing, I can literally just pummel the arm off another combat.
Energy is low.
Let's go. I got 10 of them. So we're just going to build double armed combats here for a minute. Once this thing's back up, because at the moment I've got -5 manpower, so it's not going to build any damn thing until this completes. Because I'm also trying to build a combat crew here. So 5 combats will be the order of the day. These you can use to back them up. They do a bit of damage.
Build completed. Manpower exhausted.
Yeah, it's not. See? Manpower's coming back online.
Vehicle complete.
There we go. Let's cut it down, because we're not going to need that. It's going to need 10. There we go, we have Stefan and the Mad Dog's in there now. Each crew has its own name, as you can see. What will happen is, as we go through the game, you'll actually level up your crews at the end of each mission. Yeah, set a valley point away from there so they don't just end up... There we go.
Combat part completed.
Okay. You also have your 3 positions here, so stay, tether and pursue. Tether means basically they'll run a little bit, but they'll pretty much stay where you've told them to stay.
Vehicle complete.
So let's build them one at a time as they're struggling. Let's get a second parts factory up.
Combat construction possible.
Combat. Each one as well, they look slightly differently. For example, Milagro ones, which I am, they look more boxy. You have to remember this is a very old game. This is actually made by Psygnosis, who were bought out many years ago by EA. This is long before that. This is...
Combat part completed.
Oh, didn't want to do that. So now we have an axe. This is what basic combat looks like. Each side also have, once they get above level 5, they become an elite combat. Once the combat crew get that high. And you'll see what happens to them in a minute. Because Stefan automatically is an elite combat. Stefan is basically the character that I play through the game.
Combat part completed.
So that is what they should look like. Over. We get the little thing on the back. I'm going to turn that volume down a little. I'm going to turn the volume down in my ear a little bit, I think, because it is kind of deafening me here. Shame the music's not on really, because the music's quite good on this as well. But there you go. So yeah, that's just Stefan. He'll just loaf around there for a bit now. Okay, second combat factory is almost up and running. We'll do that. And then once this thing finishes, at the moment, see we've got the torso being made for the Mad Dogs. As soon as this finishes,
Build completed.
it starts building 2 bits. Let's get another car farm up. Obviously, you've got to wait till it goes green. Now, the other thing as well, this is basically like your main base, your matter converter. Basically, what it does is the idea behind it is it takes whatever you're pumping out and turns it into energy. So that's how these things power you, basically. Now, this one's dead, but not forever. It does regrow, so it will restock itself very slowly over time. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go like that. Control 1. Off we go. The other problem with my lag is that guys play very slow. We can turn these off, so for example I could evacuate the population of that. And now have a little bit more
Combat
people.
part completed.
A little bit more manpower, but is it really worth it? It's a question.
Build completed.
Oh, what have we got here now? So we've got one torso.
Combat construction possible. Combat construction possible.
Right, so there we go. And then the next one will be 1, 2. There we go. Let's get another close one.
Combat part completed.
The other thing that you have here is energy banks.
Combat
At the moment, this is
part
just
completed.
really early on. There we go. Okay, so this can build up a small attack force of combots. The Malago way basically is because obviously you see,
Combat part completed.
for example, at the very early game, Rimtech have katana arms, so a bit more slicey dicey, a bit more skillful. Malago have electronic grips, so you know, run up and electrocute things just by putting your hands on them. We have axes, so we're a bit backwards, a bit behind. Crude would be the best word to describe.
Combat part completed. Combat construction possible. Build completed. Combat part completed.
There we go. And also these trucks can be used to repair your combots when they're out in the field, which is always good. So we've got the sabers coming next. We're going to have one basic torso and one arm, along with basic legs and a basic arm. So they'll be the first one you'll see without the twin axes. The reason for that is so that if I don't know who I'm up against, I can't remember. But if I manage to smash an arm off, I can snatch it. A truck, I normally bring at least one with me as well.
Combat part completed. Combat part completed.
So if I destroy an enemy combat, sometimes the torso or the legs will drop on the floor as well. So you can easily pick those up.
Combat part completed.
Okay, well, I'm freezing another 5 combat crews. Not going to bother taking vehicles with me at the minute. The vehicles, if you get a lot of them together, they can do a lot of damage, but at this point, you're not going to build up to the point where you'd have a critical mass of them, so it's not really worth it.
Completed.
What I will say about Metal Fatigue, I played this before. I used to have this when it very first came out.
Combat part completed.
I'm old, and it was a hell of a long time ago. No, I don't want the assembly in there as well.
Energy banks full.
There we go. Now we're going to go for a strong. And while we're doing that, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And now we're going to go and try and track down where the enemy is. Yeah, this is it's a really good game. Okay, every game that appears on this series will be less than sort of, well, around £5, if not less, or your regional equivalent. But obviously I'm in the UK, so I can only go by what I've paid. But yeah, so about £5, give or take. That is a Europa. The open rocket truck. Switch one to the tank, all of them. Annoyingly, at the moment I don't have any long range attack on my combats, which is annoying.
Battle on surface.
But then again, it's only the first game. If there's my tank just trundling along quietly. And smash. There is a
Completed.
story that goes with the game. Basically, it's centers around three brothers. I'm playing the youngest one, Stefan. But yeah,
Vehicle complete.
it's quite an interesting little story. I really enjoy it. I think it's a very good story for an RTS game.
Combat part completed.
Centers around a lot of things that a lot of people will recognise.
Battle on surface.
There we have
Vehicle.
That's what I mean by a large group of people.
Combat part on surface.
So we may smash our way through, do a lot of damage.
Combat part complete.
As you see, things look a little bit different.
Combat
So, see that's their truck. Obviously, to the right. More
Battle
going on the
on
combat.
surface completed. Combat part
Guys, everything.
battle on surface.
Yep.
Combat part completed. Energy banks full. Combat part completed.
This is their assembly line. Combat here.
Combat part completed. Battle on surface.
That's one of their hover tanks.
Combat part completed.
Yeah, I think the killed one their combat force. Go up. Here we go. We're just gonna pull back to here.
Battle on surface. Vehicle complete.
Over we come. Take that out. One little tank.
Battle on surface.
I know there's a battle on the surface. Thank you for reminding me.
Vehicle complete.
Can we deploy more? Okay,
Vehicle complete.
so look at the car. My lava is drained. Right. These guys on to the next pool, wherever it may be. That one there is refilled by 500. It's just going to come all the way along there. Interesting route. The effect this thing does as well, you magically it uses a shield. the base. So if I click on mine here at the moment, you can see it does that. But you can
Complete.
increase that. There are ways of doing so should you wish to.
Battle on surface.
So it's not just a case of one and done, it's a case of you can build up and do all sorts. But let's just go and kill, we're going to kill them out. But we'll get to it.
Energy loss.
Right, okay. Fine. So we're going to do that one, right?
Vehicle
So
complete.
this one come back and just go in.
Battle on surface. Enemy commander surrender.
So, first mission complete. Took me a little while, but
Mission log concluded.
the first mission with... It suggests you do it in order of Rimtech, Milagro...
Upon
Europa.
successful completion of his mission, Stefan was assigned to the command of Brick Cobb.
So,
The Cobb
next
family
mission,
sought to press its advantage
Let's get
before
Stefan up
all-out
one.
war commenced, and
Let's
several
put
Rimtech bases were
Doctors
selected
up
for
one.
immediate attack.
And
The
we'll get the
Milagro
Mad
forces.
Right, now this is another bit that you get on this game which is quite cool. You get the pre-build. We still have nothing in the server. Okay, that's fine. So basically what we can do here, this is before the game has actually begun. Think of it as sort of beaming in before you start. This is the other thing I mentioned, that's the drill ship.
Full. Build completed.
Part factory, let's pop that over here, out of the way, thank you. Let's get vehicle factory down.
Build completed.
Let's get an assembly position down.
Build completed. Build completed.
Right,
Build completed. Combat part completed. Combat construction possible. And combat part completed.
that's fine.
Combat part completed.
Yep, no one's stepping out with us. And Akiri, who is his little guy. So, now we're going to complete our pre-build. I'm going to say if you guys can please come down here and just get on with this.
Energy is low.
Now, this is the other bit I mentioned. Let's have a look. We're going to build an elevator, and we're going to build it
Battle on surface.
over here. Oh, this is Rimtech. Rimtech responding quick. Rimtech are blue, Europa are purple, and I'm red. Same terms in the part, other than the style.
Vehicle complete.
Can we build this man?
Battle on surface.
Now Stefan has guns on his legs. Each one as well. Each part to look like, for example, the legs do, you know, they take more damage, have better defense. So the power gun legs are better, but they're also more expensive. And not everything will work as... For example, if you give them two axes, gun torso and gun legs, the gun torso and the gun legs aren't going to add any extra survivability to you. In fact, they're going to make it worse, so you don't really want that. You want to build a combat that works, really. It is that it works as one whole unit, and that's really what you need. Like I said, I played this game a lot when I was a kid. A good mix of different types of combats also helps. At the moment I don't really want the basic hand on here, but it's the best I can do. So send Stefan out. What is actually the job here? I've forgotten. Vanquish. Okay, so I've just got to keep Stefan and Akiri alive, and I've got to vanquish all enemy forces. Okay, let's wake these guys up. This is the Mad Dogs. As you can see, they've got a shield next to them. Basically, that indicates that they're a level 1 crew. And because I leveled them up, I knew that.
Vehicle complete. Energy is low.
I know my energy is low. Thank you for telling me. The other thing on this as well is games like StarCraft, you have a limited supply cap. On this, you don't. As you can see, there is no supply. Max, all you do, as long as you keep building cryo farms, you can basically just keep pumping units out. Which is a good thing.
Build completed.
You do get all sorts of bits and pieces on here as well, all sorts of different things. You can also get planes defense relay, recon pulse. Recon pulse are quite cool. Oh.
Battle on.
Let's finally put a recon pulse here. Quite cheap. Good building. It's definitely taking a little bit of a hit, and then so
Vehicle complete.
That one patch stuff up when you're done.
Build completed.
So now there's the recon pole. Now if we have a look underground, that's what I'm building, and we can see that there's a nice big cave under here. Now combots can't fit underground. I would hope that you wouldn't need that pointing out, but you never know. However, kill trucks are needed under there.
Vehicle complete.
So underground is where your tanks, rocket cars, artillery pieces, when you get them, things like that, really come into their own. You can put buildings under here. So for example, parts factories you can put under there. You can't put assemblies down under there. Again, fairly obvious reason behind that. They're too bloody big. But you can put parts factories, you can put vehicle assemblies. You can put, when you get them, you can put your mobile wall, because on this your walls aren't static, you can actually move them as well, which is really handy. So if you want to, markate a base and you think yourself actually need to expand, you can just move your wall forward. And your wall is also where your guns get mounted, and it moves when you've got a gun on it as well, so yeah. But the other thing you can do here, let's do this, pop, I guess Stefan and his crew. So say for example I want to put
energy banks full.
Let's get another crew out. I don't really want to risk a Kiri in that one, and I don't really want to put the Mad Dogs in there. Let's get another cryo farm up. Okay, here we've got Akiri, Mad Dog, Stefan, Akiri. There we go. Akiri, Mad Dog, Stefan, Cobras. And we'll say Cobras come out, please. And we'll say Cobras run all the way over here and jump into that combat, please.
Combat part completed.
And so now, when I get there, it doesn't matter whose combat it is. If you find an empty combat, you can swag it. What we're going to do as well, we're going to put an energy bank up. I accidentally double clicked. Come on, you. Right, let's get another parts factory up down here.
Build completed.
So once the energy bank's complete, this thing here,
Build completed.
what we'll be able to do,
Combat part completed.
let's build this. Now, where is the, you can't see the energy beam at the moment, but it is around. And what this will do is extend this, and what this will do is extend it. So this green area now is defended. It's basically, there's, the mana converter produces like a shield, and so anything inside that shield is defended.
Combat part completed.
The reason why you want to get your crews to a higher level, not only because they get the cool banner, but also because they actually do more damage, they know how to use their combats better.
Build completed.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put parts factory down here. What we're looking for here is we're looking for another lava pit. Unfortunately, Rimtech may be down here as well, which might cause a few problems. So my lava is now drained from this pool, but that's fine. Another lava pool is down over here. Go and mine that, please. Back underground. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any real way through there. Let's have a quick look.
Battle underground.
Grim techie tank. If you look as well, mine does more attack. Mine has better kinetic defense, worse energy defense. So if anyone like the Milagro are really good against me, just because I don't have the energy defense. Rimtech, their tanks use kinetic, same as mine, so not so good. But mine are slightly more tanky, so that they can take the hit as well. So
Battle underground.
again, against anything that's kinetic, I'm pretty good. So
Combat part
conventional
completed.
bullets.
Build completed.
Anything that's not energy weapons. If it's an energy weapon, I'm going to struggle. So how many have we got mine in this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's make one more.
Battle on surface.
You done the goof there, son. Right.
Combat construction possible.
Gonna bring a Kiri in. Yeah, Kiri's like just like a secondary character.
Complete.
He each one has like a secondary, and you have the main character, and then you have your secondary character, and the Kiri. He's all right.
Battle underground.
So look what we've got going on over here. Let's squish him again. And now we're sealed in, so that's good. They're attacking my jaw. No, attack my mole.
Battle underground.
Yeah, unfortunately the AI is not that clever, so as soon as they come in range it will try and shoot, even if you can't bloody well see them.
Combat part completed. Build completed.
Okay, so who we got here? We've got Stefan, Akiri, and the Cobras. And pretty soon we'll have the Mad Dogs as well. We're going to get another vehicle factory or two up and running.
Combat part
Down here
completed.
specifically. And by vanquish all opponents it means
construction possible.
up top and down
Combat
below.
construction possible.
Yeah, the enemy can literally hide stuff underground if it wants to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There you go, so that'll be... So that'll be 5, so then I'll need 10 more combats, we'll have 15 combats roaming around. Now if you look at these lava ones on the top here, they only hold about 5, that one's 6,000, 4,600.
Battle on surface.
Big motor trucks. That wasn't very
Combat
nice.
part completed. Combat part. Battle on surface. Manpower exhausted.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now if you could also build some cryo farms under here, that'd be great. This is the one game like this where, when I was a kid, and it was just played like this, the original StarCraft things like
Energy.
that, you always had like, I don't know if you guys did this, you always had one builder that was just sat around so you could build stuff extra, so you didn't have to disturb anything else, so you'd always be able to build and keep your mind and things like that. This is the one game where it still comes in useful, purely because, yeah, I'm down here as well. But yeah, this thing over here, this lava, let's have a look, how much is in this? So you got like 6,000 in the one up top, which is the biggest one. Down here, this one looks, it's quite small, medium sized, so not huge. Come on, drill truck.
Build completed.
12,000 in that one. So, like I said, for small ones, underground really is the best place to be if you're going to mine from lava. But they're not. This is not the best way to be getting money on this game. It really is, and unfortunately, I can't build them yet, and there's no platforms up there. But you do get, like I said, floating rocks up above that are very, very, very useful. Okay, we're still short on manpower.
Combat part completed.
Probably some still producing combat crews, aren't I? Yeah, I didn't make a lot of them. The things: lost boys, bangers, destroyers, embalmers, and forces, executioners, fiends. Again, each one, they also have their own naming style for their combat crews. So these guys basically the leader picks whatever he wants to call them. Whereas at Rimtech they're given a code name, like for example Cobra 14, or Cobra 14, sorry, Bravo 2. So you know they're proper military sounding call signs. Whereas at Rimtech they're more things like enlightenment, you know, repentance, things like that. They're a bit more of a cult more than anything else. But yeah, it's like I said, each corpo nation does have very much its own flavour, its own feel to it. One more. Yeah. Each one does have very much its own feel to it, its own flavour. It's not just a case of, oh well, we took this and we reskinned it and made it look like this. Each one does have its own flavour. And when you capture for combat parts, for example, you stick them on your robots, it is literally that part. So, you know, if you nick it from a Rimtech, it's going to be blue. You nick it from a Milagro, it's going to be red. Nick it from a Europa, it's going to look like a European arm. You can research it, but instead of it coming out, like for example, if I were to take the Rimtech Katana, because I want the slicing, the additional slice on it, then it wouldn't come out as just a red Katana arm. It would be a lot more blocky and a lot heavier. And its stats are slightly different. Which again, I like. So each one takes the tech, each corpo nation, and puts its own twist on it. Which I, like I said, I really like. Because it would have been easy for them, especially when this was made, just to reskin it and say, look, yep, but this is the selling point, but it is just the same. But they didn't do that. They took it and they made it unique. And I really like that. The problem is I can't catch them at the moment. Especially these guys. But what I can do is hit them at range.
Combat part completed.
Right, is this out of lava now? Yep. Okay, so let's send them all down here.
Energy is low.
Set a value point for this as over here.
Combat construction possible.
There we go. And now Group 9 will begin making its way all down here. Group 9 is my mining group. Like I said, the AI isn't the best on this thing. But they figure it out in the end. The elevator telling me that the exit is blocked. Well, that's all of them. All of them are going to come over here and get on with this. There they are.
Combat construction possible.
Get down here and we're going to say, where is he? Unit, can you build another parts factory for me, please? No, not there. We've got room. Yeah, just about.
Battle completed. Combat construction possible.
Okay, so we can deploy the next combat if we wish.
Combat
There's no real point because we've got the weapon. We can deploy him. If, for example, there's weapons lying around, if we've had a mass battle and there's weapons lying around,
vehicle complete.
we can just send him over with no arms and say, go pick up arms and get them. And they will. Okay, so we're still just building.
Energy is low.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Combat part completed. Complete.
I'm also building vehicles over here. You're not mining.
Combat part completed. Battle on surface. Vehicle complete. Combat construction completed.
So I mean by the AI is a bit dopey at times.
Battle on surface.
I'm doing things the manual way. Tank.
Combat part complete.
Yep. But they won't be up here, so they've got to be down here.
Vehicle.
I don't really think there's enough room in that
Combat
corner.
part. Combat construction possible.
How before you're going to be done? Not long.
Build combat part completed.
Yep. No, room tech base around
Combat
here.
part completed. Combat part completed.
So they're going to be down there.
Energy is low.
Yeah, I know.
Combat part completed.
Because I'm building lots of combat parts at the minute.
Vehicle complete. Combat part. Battle on surface.
And to get up to the sky as well, I've only got to fly and go between the airlock, the meteors of it, the sort of orbital platform down into the mainland.
Combat part completed.
Including combat, you can make combats fly,
Combat part completed.
which is quite cool. Weak as hell, but they can do it.
Combat construction possible. Combat construction possible. Vehicle complete. Battle on surface. Combat part completed.
So clear these out.
Combat part completed.
Obviously another good thing as well is the
Combat
fact
part
that
completed.
you don't need to keep coming back
Battle
for
underground.
the deposit supplies off.
Battle on surface.
Once you're down, you know, so they're mining, they don't have to,
Combat construction possible.
you know, keep bringing minerals back and things like that. It's just a case of, yep, energy's there.
Battle underground.
There we go. So down there, they're way down. Nomads. How many more crews have we got in here? Things. Lost boys, bangers, destroyers, and bombers, and forces. Useless. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not gonna wait for it.
Battle on surface.
Lost another tank. Build another tank. Push on.
Construction possible.
And there's a military combo.
Battle on surface.
They've got lots of infantry down here. Do I have one up here?
Combat part completed.
Right, there's not.
Battle on surface.
There we go. See, Nick's done.
Energy.
Now that is just the plain old arm. That is just whatever arm I know just grab there. It's got infantry as well. Zebra 3. Yep. That.
Battle on surface.
You, next one. Go and grab that one, please.
Enemy command.
And then that's here. Force and surrender. And we'll accept. Yeah, so I will leave that there. I hope you enjoyed this.
Mission
Hope you enjoyed looking at this game. Like I said, it is available on GOG at the moment, GOG.
Although successful, the mission had been punishing.
It is for less than £5 at the minute. I think it's worth it, but obviously that's not down to me. It is a bit janky and running sometimes. It took me ages to get the screen set up in order to capture this properly, but there you go. But again, look into it if you're interested. If you like the look of it, take it. If not, don't. It's entirely your decision. There'll be a few more games coming up like this for courtesy of the Bargain Bucket that I bought for less than £5, or that are still currently less than £5. But yeah, this particular one, like I said, I got it when it was originally released. I've enjoyed it ever since, so, you know. But, obviously, that's me, not you. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Again, thank you for your time. And for the minute, I've been Cappadocia, signing off.